Welcome back. Talking about local petroleum price outlook in festive season. Yes, the festive season are gradually approaching. As the festive season approach, fuel prices, diesel, kerosene, cooking gas are likely to either remain stable or experience a slight increase, driven by high demand for all these products, either for transportation or for cooking or for powering our energy source, that means electricity. The end of the year period traditionally sees a surge in fuel consumption, kerosene consumption, cooking gas consumption, and Nigerians travel for holiday, putting additional pressure on fuel supply chain. In the long term, Nigerian government push to promote use of compressed natural gas (CNG) as a substitute for PMS diesel could also offer some relief, particularly if the necessary infrastructure for CNG distribution is developed. But on the other hand, the adoption of these alternative fuel sources depend on a number of factors, including government policy, investment infrastructure, public willingness to switch to CNG power vehicle, and others. But the fuel subsidy removal earlier in the year or before now has also caused some little challenges here and there. But for the lines of Dangote that have come to rescue the situation by producing fuel locally, also producing cooking gas locally, has brought a bit of relief. We could recall last year, December, Dangote promised that there won't be any fuel scarcity. And true to his word, there was never a fuel scarcity in Nigeria in the year 2024, particularly in December. But what are we going to say about 2025 December as Christmas approach, the holiday season approach? Joining me right now is Dr. Jeremiah Olatide, CEO of PetroleumPrice.ng, to help us understand, are we going to experience a price hike in fuel, cooking gas, and the rest of them in December, or is going to be normal price that we're all going to enjoy? Doc, a very good day to have you on the show, sir.
Thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure to be here once again.
Okay.
It's my pleasure once again.
I know you must have heard my intro. And the big question anybody want to ask right now, for people like you in that sector, Christmas is approaching. New Year celebration is approaching. Are we going to experience a spike in the price of PMS price, diesel price, cooking gas price, and others?
Okay, thank you once again for having me. And the answer is absolute no. One of the big advantage of the Dangote refinery is that Dangote refinery has solved two major problems. The first problem is the supply problem. In the last 2 decades, in the last 20 years, we've had issues with supply of petroleum products into Nigeria, most importantly during festive season, either the Christmas or the New Year or the Muslim festive season. We've always had that glitch. Some of them are artificial, while some of them are due to international factors. But now that we have the Dangote refinery on board that has the capacity to refine 650,000 barrels per day, if you are to, if that, the equivalent of that is like 100 million liters daily. So if we say that Dangote is between 70 to 80% of its production level, let's peg it to 80 million liters. So with 80 million liters daily production, which is even above our daily consumption, because according to NMDPRA, their latest report for our daily consumption is between about 50 million liters daily. But Dangote is doing 70 to 80% of the 60,000 liters. That is equivalent to 80 million liters. So with that, we won't have supply glitch. And we also have some importers still bringing in product. We still have 40% of our product still coming into the country as imported products. So the combination of the Dangote refinery and the importation of refined products has solved the supply issue. Now, the second problem is price. We all know that in the last 10 years, for every festive season, there is hoarding. Hoarding from the petroleum depot owners and hoarding from the retail outlet owners. They tend to hoard and create an artificial scarcity, and thereafter they make abnormal profits. But due to the Dangote factor and Dangote's collaboration with retail outlets, it has massive collaboration with retail outlets. It has helped ease those excesses from either the depot owners or the retail outlet owners. So I can tell you for free and authoritatively that we are going to go into December with access to petroleum product at the pump at this same price that we are having or even lesser. Because Dangote Refinery already have a naira for crude deal with the federal government, though the quantity it gets is between 150 to 170 barrels per day. I think with that, he has been able to keep our prices at bay. So I think Dangote is a big plus to the energy sector in Nigeria.
Exactly. Interesting. I know many viewers right now who heard that you say we're not going to have any supply chain glitch will be very happy that this really happened. But let's take a look at cooking gas. Doc, cooking gas is one of those, necessity that in this period, it will be well consumed, it will be well demand, and as you already pointed out, it could also be a challenge in the form of supply chain. But what do you make of cooking gas particularly at this point in time for the festive period?
As I speak with you, as an expert in the industry, and as the CEO of PetroleumPrice.ng that will track happenings in the downstream sector, as I speak with you, there is massive supply of cooking gas in our petroleum depot. As I speak with you, in Lagos alone, we have close to 7 terminals with cooking gas. The supply has increased in the last 2 weeks. It has increased in Lagos. So we have NavGas has cooking gas in their depot. Rain Oil has, Aerano has, Nimco has, Talk Gab in Port Harcourt has, Dangote has. So we have enough supply of cooking gas that people use. So going into the festive season, I can tell Nigerians for sure that we won't have any supply glitch in cooking gas.
Now, let's take a look at the challenge within that price mechanism. And you definitely you help us out right now. Regional price variation, disparity, the north-south divide, the south-side divide price. Why are we still having that issue? And, we can't rule that out this festive period. For instance, Lagos has its price. Lagos, Ogun, Oyo have their price. Lagos, Ondo, Ekiti have their price. Now, coming to south-south, Lagos, Benin, Lagos, Asaba, Lagos down to south-south to Akwa Ibom, they also have their prices. Lagos, Abuja have its own price mechanism. Why do we still have this variation, disparity in price? Even though we are not going to have a supply glitch, but this could be a big problem to us if it's not well taken care of.
Okay, that's a very good one. Though Dangote is doing all he can to solve that variation in prices. But the fact is this: we have the biggest refinery in Africa, located in Lagos, the southwestern parts of Nigeria. We have the biggest and the busiest seaport located in Lagos. So it means that Lagos is a point of call for importation of petroleum products into Nigeria. We also have the Dangote refinery located in Lagos. So transporting those products from Lagos to the south-south, the southeast, the north-central, the northwest is going to take between 50 naira to 70 naira. It's going to add a 50 naira extra on it. So if, for example, the cost you are buying in Lagos, for example, you are buying through truck as a station owner in Lagos. If, for example, as I speak with you today, the price at the depot for petrol, at Lagos depot for petrol is 8.45 naira. So if you add a 70 naira on it. That means if the landing cost to Abuja, for example, is going to be 900, between 900 and 910. You are going to add your margin, your retailer's margin, your profit margin on it. And other expenses will come with it. So that means you definitely sell 950, 960 thereabout. But if it's within Lagos, the transport cost is just 10 naira. You buy 945, anywhere in Lagos is just 10 naira. So 10 naira to 17 naira on the cost of the product. That is why you have prices in that order this high. So, but hopefully, we have the Boa refinery coming up most likely next year, a 200,000 capacity refinery coming up. So as soon as the refinery comes up, the south-south area will not have the pressure of coming to Lagos. So those retailers, those depot owners will source their product from the Boa refinery, and the transport cost will be reduced. And we have the NNPC saying that they are collaborating with private partners to bring back the 4 dead refineries, most likely by June next year. So hopefully when those refineries are up, and most of them are in the southern part of Nigeria, outside the Kaduna refinery, I think with those refineries coming up, there will be a spread. Why those in the south and in the north central and in the federal capital territory, they will depend on the NNPCL refineries, the Boa refinery. There will be a spread, and the cost will now be even. They will now be equal. Exactly. So the difference between Lagos or southern price and the northern price will not more than 10 naira or 15 naira when there's that spread. But for now, Lagos is still the king when it comes to distribution of petroleum products in Nigeria.
But before I let you go, in less than 1 minute, aviation fuel is also very key for us to discuss. Just before coming on the show today, a colleague of mine was trying to analyze, the price of air ticket in Nigeria. They booked some air ticket and it was less than 140,000. But all of a sudden, when they went back to go and book, it has already jacked up to about 160 or 170,000 naira per ticket. Now, why I'm bringing this up is that air ticket will also be very, very important come December. But aviation fuel, how much of that supplier are we having at this point? So that airline will not complain that they are not having enough of the supply, and that's why they are jacking up their price for air ticket. But let's have a view on that.
Yes, I can tell you for free that, yes, that we have a glitch when it comes to aviation fuel at the moment. In Lagos, just only the Dangote refinery has aviation fuel. In Warri, just only Metris has aviation fuel. So the access to supply of aviation fuel is still very low. And I think the government needs to look into that. I heard that they've given licenses to some of the airline owners to be able to import or to get from Dangote. So as soon as the supply glitch in Jet A1 or aviation fuel is being tackled, because as I speak with you, the price in Lagos is 1,020 naira per liter for aviation fuel. The price in Warri for aviation fuel is 1,010 naira per liter at the depot. And now we know that we should understand that basically the prices are high. If you are selling 1,020 naira at the refinery per liter, that means there will be a ripple effect on prices of tickets or for those that are to fly this December. So I think it's one area that the federal government really need to look into, to look for ways to make sure that aviation fuel is cheaper and accessible to the airline owners.
Exactly. Olatide, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's also a developing issue that we will need to also track on, and definitely we may still call on you to come and help us dissect.
It's my pleasure for having me.
So thank you so much for coming on the show, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
I've been speaking with Olatide Jeremiah, helping us understand as the season approach, Christmas, New Year celebration approach. Definitely, as usual, we normally had in the past, fuel price, diesel price will always go up. But from Olatide, we're having enough of PMS in Nigeria. But except for a Jet A1 fuel for airline, that we're having a bit of challenges there. But I said it, government need to look into that area. We have come to the end of today's show, the market report. My name is Ade Folari Olamilekon. To come your way with another exciting edition of it, I say to you all, be a good citizen and stay out of trouble. Bye for now.